Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we'll be continuing with our work on GNS3. Here we have started a project called Project 1, as you can tell by the title bar. If we had to close GNS3 and start over, I'll just do that. It takes a few seconds and we can start GNS3 and it'll tell us that there's a variety of recent projects. You can cancel it or you can open a project from disk. Our recent projects happens to be project 1, so let's do that. Okay, so this project is a blank canvas. So in order to start adding items to the canvas, we can look at on the left side is the toolbar. So here I've already imported a Cisco router, which we'll not touch today. There will be generic switches that you can use to put on the canvas. You can look at these are various operating systems or server guests, I suppose you call them, clients or servers. These will be firewalls. This is a firewall, OpenSense firewall. You'll get pfSense firewalls as well. And then on this little icon here is all of them combined that are already available. Now to add to this list, you can just go to New Template, install an appliance from this GNS server. You click on Next, and then you can select whether it's a firewall or a switch. For these firewalls that you see here, or these devices that you see here, you will require licensing or to download the software, or if you can download to make it operate, you'll need to use get the license for it. There are open source options. That's where I found the OpenSense. There will also be a pfSense option. Let's see if we can maybe do the pfSense one. Let's see, next. Yeah, it says that we do not have an image or ISO available, so let's see if we can download such an image. Yeah, it takes a few seconds to download, as you can tell. Okay, the download should start. There we go. That's the QCOW. We'll have to import that into our system. We'll do that in a second. We will also need the pfSense ISO. So let's download that. Okay. Yes, that's what we're expecting. There we go. It's taking us to the folder. And I think this should download, should give us the file we're looking for. AMD. Yes, that's the right one. Oh, virtual Mac. Virtual machines, sorry. Yes. Okay. You can add to cart. I don't believe that there's any cost involved here. Yes, enter cart. Oh, it's going to ask for details. Yes, I'm going to take one of these away because that was potentially the incorrect one. Check out. And it's just asking for my email address. I did not register on this particular website, so I will not be doing that. Right, let's use the image that I already have. Let's just go back here. So with the ISO file, you can generally install it directly onto the file anyway. So let's just do an import for that particular one that we had earlier. It should have gone to downloads, and this is the QCOW. That's a yes for that part, so that's common. So you can see that the QCOW 100 gig empty is already there. But like I said, I'm not going to continue with that. I'm going to be using one of the ones that I've already installed. Cancel that. Let's say we're going to use this one over here. Right, it's an empty VM 20 gig machine. We'll give it a name, test server 1. Right, we will then select a switch to connect it to, and we will select a NAT cloud. So we will connect the NAT cloud by clicking on this cable icon. Then we will select Ethernet 0 on the switch and connect it to NAT 0. So those two are now connected, and on this device over here we will select Ethernet 0 and Ethernet 1 here. So this machine is in the off state at the moment. So if we right click on it and go to configure, we firstly can see the name of the machine. We can see how much memory it's assigned to. We can up that a bit so that when we do start it up, it goes a bit faster. We can double the CPUs. You can see that the selection for the console is via VNC. These are the other options that are available. I generally do SPICE. So now I'm going to go to the hard drive and I'm going to create a new hard drive so that we can have the hard drive will have the name of the machine. We'll turn this into a 20 gig hard drive. Let's say finished, and then we'll select the CD-ROM we will be booting from. So we already have a pfSense CD-ROM, it seems, but that's not what we're going to be using. We'll be going to home directory, and I have ISOs over here. So there is a AMD ISO over here for Ubuntu 2404. I'll select that. I will not copy it to the GNS3 folder. I'll just use it on the fly. So I'll click OK, and now I will start the server. So once I've started it, I can right click on it again and click on console, and it will give me this opportunity to start to try the installation. This will take a few seconds, so maybe a minute, in order for this to boot up so that we can start seeing and using the operating system. So a few things I'd like to show you over here is that firstly you can create a virtual environment using QEMU in this case. There are alternatives to this. So if I minimize this screen over here and I go to edit and preferences, you will see that currently under VMs we're using QEMU, right? This is the VM we're using. You can use VirtualBox. I'm not using VirtualBox at the moment because you cannot run two virtualization emulators or virtual emulators at the same time because it occupies the same area on the CPU. So none of these three, VMware, VirtualBox, or QEMU VMs, can run at the same time. This, on the other hand, the VPCS nodes can run at the same time. I'm not exactly sure what is that uses in order to do it, but it's available. Then of course you can run Docker containers at the same time as well. If you want to add more while this server is running over here, there we go. Let's just do this. I do not actually want to do an installation. I just wanted to try this. So we'll just go through the next here so that we can start using it. Try, yes, there we go. So now you can see that it's operational. So we'll do this over here, go to the display settings so that we can maybe use a bit more real estate on the screen. Anyway, so now that we've got the screen resolution right, we can see that the computer itself has a working network connection. You can look at that. If we click on the connection there, I was disconnected that's reconnecting it. It's now going to get an IP address based on what the NAT cloud over here assigned to it. This NAT cloud has a functionality of assigning IP addresses to everything else that will be in this network. So you can complicate this network quite a bit by adding various hosts onto it. You can connect them all up to the same switch like that. You'll see there. And these are just some examples of what we can do. Right. So one of the things that we don't really look at too often is what functionality or what other options we have with regards to, for example, running the packet capture on this. So there's an interface that we can run packet capture, and it will run in Wireshark. So yeah, so I didn't set the permissions correctly for Wireshark yet, so it can't write, it can't save it yet. But yes, there's an opportunity for us to play with all of these type of things. So let me just see if that's going to do it. Yes, it still won't be able to do it, but we will set those permissions in the future one, and we'll be able to read the information that's coming from it. In the meantime, looking at this this machine, if we click on the start button over there, open up a terminal, and we can do an IP minus BRA, will tell us all the IP interfaces, the IP addresses for all the interfaces. So the command is minus BR is for brief, so it doesn't give you the full details, because if we did without the BR, the IP minus A, or IP space A, you'd get all of this information. And what you are really looking for is this over here, which is provided by the brief version, or the, so you can see that we have a local host interface, and we have the ENS, which is our interface that's giving us the 192 address range. We can confirm that we can see Google. Oopsie, that's gone. There we go. So that proves that it does DNS resolution, because it converted the Google name into an IP address. Right, let's see. Yes, and it then went out onto Google. Right, it can find Google. We can confirm that by going onto a web page, a browser. You could probably have done it through terminal as well. Let's see, maybe we can. Really want to show off. wget, is that installed? Yes. Google.com. Yeah, it's got the index file of Google. And let's just go here. And that is all for this message, for this lesson. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video to the end. Please feel free to subscribe and to like this video, and we will, for the future, we'll be expanding further on what it is that you can do on GNS3. In the future lessons, we'll probably remove all these other machines that are here, and then we'll continue on with the various things that we can do. In fact, what we will do is to see how we can ensure Wireshark can pick up all the necessary details from the links that we want to interrogate. Thank you very much. Bye, guys.